Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Radhe.
So we are reading today Sri Prema Bhakti Candrika, verse 112. It is a very wonderful verse also about the flood of Prema. And we know who has brought the flood of Prema. It's a verse about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Deva Rate Mate Tare Seva Prema Kalpataru Data Raja Raja Nandana Radhika Pranandana Aparupae Sabakata. Serve Shri Krishna Chaitanya Dev with loving attachment, for he gave us the wish-yielding tree of love of God. How wonderful are all these topics of the Prince of Braj, Shri Krishna, the treasure of Radhika's life, as he descended in his Gauda Rupa. Am I good, audible? Is it the sound? Everything is okay?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
good.
Suniti, because before to go to the flow of this verse, I have just one small, maybe technical here. Is not. He said God. Is it the same thing like to say love for God?
Again, say it again. Your voice was cut. Say it again, please.
There is said wish-yielding tree of love of God. So just in English, love of God is the same things like love for God.
Of course.
Okay, so it's the same things. Okay.
But of course, we can also see it and feel it from our perspective. Different kinds of perspective. We would say love of goddess. Chaitanya came because he wanted to have this love of goddess. But he also distributed and he lived it, he felt it. But at the same time, for those who are in this religious consciousness, it's God. So God is a very stretchable interpretation possible for the kind of love that Mahaprabhu gave. If you want love for God, you can also chant Hare Krishna. Then you will be a religious person, and then your life will be also very good. If you want love for the goddess, then you have to really go deep and find out who is Chaitanya and go in deep feelings. And we are so lucky because these deep feelings, they were given to us by our Gurudev. They are given to us continuously. We are infused. Like Gauravani ji was saying yesterday, my name is Gauravani and I am an addict. We are the confessing Radhika Sevaras addicts. But someone else maybe not feel it like this. Therefore, in many scriptures, we also feel that the words are in general. But if you go deep down with all the meanings and the feelings, then we are the addicts. We are intoxicated and we want to fully drown in the sevaras to the lotus feet of our Swami. And that is what we do here in these classes. We are drowning ourselves, and by the mercy of Gurudev, more and more others and the whole, Sangha into that feeling of Chaitanya as Srimati Radhika, who is giving to her beloved her Mahabhav, so that Krishna becomes Mahabhav. And in that feeling, he is overflooding the whole world with Manjari Bhav. So that is the same secret that we are churning and again, because we ourselves also cannot get enough of this. We want to become more conscious of this. And that's why Narottam Das Thakur is writing, how wonderful are all these topics. He is the Prince of Braj, but he became Srimati Radhika. And not only partially. When he became really fulfilled, when he reached, so to say, his pinnacle of his desire to feel Srimati Radhika, he became she and she became he. That is the amazing and the unlimited treasure house of Prema. And that is, according to my deeper desires, I can relish also to feel this and to serve this. And so when we serve Chaitanya, we are not only trying to be religious persons, that we are serving one avatar of God, like we are serving any avatar, or we find that they are all great. No, we want to serve our Swamini, and that's why our Chaitanya is so special to us. And he is the one that is giving the Prema Datta. He's giving the wish-yielding tree of Prem. He's giving the tree, but actually what I always find special, and also I memorize it right now when we are with Gurudev, then he is always singing Prema Datta Nitai Gaur. So first Nitai. Why? Because Nitai is the one that opens the door to Chaitanya. Because Nitai is Ananga Manjari. She is the, closest and the most similar personality that came to spread this Prem. And she is actually even more, why is Nityananda Avadut? Because she's serving in all the rasas. And we know that Swamini's expansions, all of her different expansions are Vrindavan. So also she is expanding in all different aspects of Vrindavan just to serve Mohan. And in Chaitanya, even then, there was still a lot of awe and reverence, especially in the beginning. But with Nityananda, if we look at it closely, it is always Avadut. Always Nitai is the most generous giver of Prem. And what he gives the Prem to Chaitanya. He is so generous that he is becoming mad in this generosity. And that's why also Nityananda is not using any ordinary rules or so of society. He was never so much bound by society. Whereas Chaitanya, he was very much bound. He was the Nitai Pandit. He was a great learned scholar. And then he was, he was married, and then he got married again, and then he tried to serve his mother. But you see Nitai, he left immediately in a young age, and he was just wandering around, waiting for his time to come to serve Chaitanya in that Prema Datta, in that giving of Prem. And that is so hidden. You cannot even find such a glorification here. It is really amazing for me that I never find so much glorification of Nitai as what I have heard from Gurudev. I can honestly say, as and I have many experiences with teachers, but I never found this depth of Guru Tattva, Nitai understanding and revelation as we have been given by our Gurudev, Srila Shripad Sadhu Maharaj. And only that actually I feel is opening the doors to the heart of Chaitanya, because, in the end, Ananga Manjari is not different from Srimati Radhika. She's her younger sister, and she's also at the same time non-different. And she is a very hidden tattva. And by her hiding, mood, she is also very a special key for myself, what I can say, to the understanding and to feeling to Chaitanya. As when Radha and Krishna are together in Chaitanya, then we have to ask ourselves, how is that happening, or how is it approachable? How can we understand it? And that is actually revealed by Ananga Manjari, because she is that a form of Srimati Radhika, that expansion, that is giving that depth. But before I go on talking, I also want to a little bit read in that purport. Mahaprabhu's worship and his pastime of bestowing prema is here described, and that comes from Chaitanya Chaitamrita. Krishna Janaya ye jagato koilo danya ata eva nama hoilu Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Because he blessed the whole universe by teaching them about Krishna, he is named Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna consciousness. So again, we have this Shri Krishna consciousness, because without Shri, there is no beauty. Without Shri, there is no one who can give that consciousness. Because Krishna himself is not giving himself. Like Srimati Radhika is giving herself to Krishna, and only then he can realize her love. So in the same way, when Srimati Radhika is giving herself to us or to the whole world, then it is in the last end, we can also say it's Krishna, right? Who wants to make her known now? Because they are never independent of each other. They are never separate. And that is also something that Gurudev has given so much to me, to always keep this union of them in my heart, in my consciousness, and not make the separation of them. Because only this union will give the key to our service as aspiring manjaris, but also the key to feeling them when they are together. So we have known and heard this verse so many times by Narottam Das Thakur. He says, when you worship Radhika, you will get Krishna. And when you worship Krishna, you will get Radhika. So we can say also that because Krishna had this desire to feel the love of Radhika, he is also giving her love to us. And we can say that she made it possible because she agreed and she opened herself to the whole world because of his desire. So this is the ongoing beauty of the ping pong of Radha and Mohan in Chaitanya. Gurudev speaks about the ping pong in this material world. Yeah, we know it. We all know it. But just now I feel inspired to speak about the ping pong of Radha and Krishna and Chaitanya, because they are also, eternally playing inside. And if we see Radhika, we can know this is also Krishna's mercy, because he is also giving her to us by wanting to experience her love. He is so generous also because he wants now, in his most vulnerable and submissive, he becomes so submissive. We read it again and again in Chaitanya Charitamrita and also in Vilap Kushmanjali. When is he the most beautiful? When he is so submissive to his Swamini, to our Swamini. And when he wants to take, the chance to massage her feet, to paint her feet, to do her decoration, to do her Shringa. Although he is Shringa Ras personified, so his highest experience comes when he is serving in that Shringa Ras to Swamini. And she, on the other hand, is allowing that because she loves him so much that she has no shyness to be also what he wants her to be. He wants her also to be the enjoyer. Because when Radhika becomes Krishna, then she takes on the role of enjoyer, for his pleasure. That's why Krishna, when he becomes Mahabhav, he has to become Mahabhav. That was the subject, I think, from last week, from Vilapa 85, when they were churning in the early mornings. Krishna has not only gotten the Mahabhav of Srimati Radhika, he has become it. So in that role exchange, which is called Prema Vilas Vivata in Sanskrit as a term, in that exchange of roles, they have each other's qualities, and they are making each other relish the qualities of the other. And that is happening in Chaitanya. Yes, Gauravani?
We also had yesterday this theme about the Manjari, that she is actually not only becoming Mahabhav, she is really getting Mahabhav because of Radharani's mercy. And when you spoke about this ping pong, I was just thinking, this ping and pong is going through us. Ping through the Manjari from Radha to Krishna, and pong from Krishna through the Manjari to Radha. So actually we are always completely in this exchange of love. If we want. I just had these connections from yesterday, sorry.
Nice, no sorry. I'm happy when you are sharing, because I am just depending on the mercy of all those who reciprocate with the feelings that I try to express, which Gurudev has given into my heart. And it's beautiful, isn't it, to see this ping pong, this divine ping pong, how it's all interchangeable and how it is so much connected. This feelings of Srimati Radhika that is reflected in her manjaris, and that is coming through the manjaris to Mohan. And even so much, Mohan is so much impressed and inspired that he also wants to be like serving like a manjari. He wants to serve Srimati Radhika by painting her feet. But then again, he comes back into his Purusha Bhav. He cannot avoid it. Because when he starts painting her feet, he becomes so much absorbed in the beauty of her that he gets lost. He gets, his hands are shaking because he thinks that, how can I be so lucky that I can, that she is allowing me to do that service? Because he loves to do service for his Swamini. In that moment, she is his Swamini. She is not only, anyone that likes to have his company like all the other gopis, but she is allowing him things that nobody else can allow him to be. Submissive, melting completely, forgetting all, and taking on a different role, completely the opposite, becoming the servant of Srimati Radhika. So that is so intimate, that is so confidential. And we are so blessed that we have been taken birth in this time where this is happening. And I feel it's not only the blessing to have born in that time and we have a human body, but mostly I must say that the blessing is for myself to have a Vaishnava, to have somebody who is so merciful to give this to me. These feelings and this deep connection to the mercy of Nitai Gauranga. That is not different from the mercy of Srimati Radhika and Krishna. And how this interconnected, it's like a eternal ongoing Leela that is so amazing, and it's always newer and newer amazements are coming. If I can forget my human ego mentality, my Purusha Bhav, but if I become a servant of this love and this, how do you say, admitting addictive. I like that point, Gauravani, so much. I can always meditate about that. Because in this world, we always have a tendency, at least me, to be addicted. Ways. Either I like to eat so much, or I like, the body as a Purusha, as an enjoyer, always likes to do things excessively. At least my body. I don't know about your body, because I only have this, my body. But I could imagine that this tendency is universal. We like to overeat. We like to this. We like to do many things that, we want to have a special experience. And because of that, we have a tendency to be addicted. But this addiction finds its highest limit, its highest purpose, its highest realization by becoming addictive to hear about the Leelas of Gauranga, Nityananda, and Radha and Mohan, Radha Krishna, Vrindavan, all the Vaishnavas, and their, realizations. To share this, it is the highest addiction that will bring us out of this world.
And Suniti, this addiction are our natural position, actually.
Yes.
Can we say actually that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is some combination of the serving? Radhika is coming to serve him by satisfying his desire, not to see how our her feeling are. And in the same time, he wants also to serve her. So he spent the glories of her, but how he can serve her in the role of Manjari. And he also give this role to other Manjaris like Goswamis. So some festival of serving each other.
Amazing, Dayanidhi. I love it how you express that. Wow, gives me goosebumps. Very good. Yes, it's a festival. I think that's why in Vrindavan there's always festivals going on, isn't it?
Yes, because everyone is in their natural position, addicted completely.
Addicted to make each other happy, addicted to serve, addicted to, sing and dance and cook and decorate, and addicted to make it always, the most beautiful. And that's why I also like festivals. Like we recently had this festival in our garden here behind the house in our Govinda's garden. And I just love it because so many devotees are there and they decorated so nicely a small kunj. And I could not take part in it because probably I think I was cooking. So I was just doing the pre meditation on it. And it became so beautiful. And I was just so overwhelmed. And when we were sitting in this little kunj and all the flowers were there and all the leaves of the branches, and then I was so happy and satisfied because I feel, oh my God, now we are sitting here, we are chanting together, and there's so many nationalities. We had the Japanese devotees, we had, in the end also Prashan Baya and Rasa Leela came. And there were so many souls, and it was so addictive, because I thought, my God, this is the goal of my garden. This is the goal of all the plants. It's not my garden, it's Govinda's garden. But I think Govinda was very happy because we were chanting Radhika's name, and all the plants could hear, and all the birds could hear, and the earth that we were sitting on, the earth, it vibrated in the Harinam and in the love of the devotees. And so many tears were, coming because we all felt that this is actually the culmination of this expression of service coming together. And it was so easy, it just happened. And it was Guru Purnima. So by chance, it was Guru Purnima. I didn't even look in the calendar before. Only after some time, I realized, wow, this is going to be Guru Purnima. Wow. And then when we are living in this addiction, then things just happen. We cannot say that we are the doer anymore. It just happens. Because this addiction, like you say, becomes so natural. It becomes natural, and then our whole lives will be full of these spiritual addictions that we don't want to live about them anymore, without them. When Gaura was now, my Gaura Sundara, when he was now, we had this tour, and, for the first time, he was not so busy that he could also participate. because the years before he had also many obligations, but this time we could do it all together. And after that tour, he said, "This is my life." And I was just so happy to hear this expression. This is my life. It is, because it is the life of our lives. It is the pleasure of our Radha and Krishna. And it's the pleasure of all the Vaishnavas. This is our life. And that is, like you say, the mercy that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to give these spiritual parties, kirtan and dancing and feasting and then rolling on the ground and sleeping. We were all sleeping in different locations, and it all became manifest somehow. It was all working out. I mean, I could have slept that night under, just near to that kunj, because it was so beautiful. I could have rolled out my mattress and I could have slept there, because I felt like like someone who doesn't care. Where's my house? My house is where the Vaishnavas are, where they are dancing and singing, where we chant the holy name and we inspire each other. This is my home. This is my house. And when Gurudev, actually as representative of Nityananda, gives this opportunity, then we can say that we are blessed. And what is the result of this blessing? We have more taste for that. We become more addictive. We become more crazy that we can do service again. We don't think what service. We will just pray that any kind of, arrangement will come that Gurudev will use me again for service. Because I cannot even imagine what his desires are, because he has the greatest and deepest aspirations for us also, because he wants us to be, how do you say that? His shadow, her shadow. So whether this happens like that or like this, it doesn't matter. But as long as it happens, as long as the dose is always strong enough. Sorry, I'm talking nonsense. Doses.
Your garden become Gambira.
My garden become blessed. Yes, I can say that. Really, I feel blessed. It became a peace and love and festival of meeting. And I can say that this will be never forgotten. And also the devotees from Japan, they were so touched and they were so happy. And we were doing this chanting all together. It was nice. I'm not saying all of this just to give a show of what happened or so. I just want to express the feelings that helped me grow. And I think these feelings we have to find in our lives. What is so impressive, that this addiction, it becomes a natural state of being. And I was so happy, especially when Gaura Sundar said, "This is my life." Now he became also addicted and not to work so much anymore, but be in the festival of love. And then, the last years of our life, to be happy in that is really a great blessings by Gurudev and all the Vaishnavas. So Baba goes on and says, by simply seeing Mahaprabhu, that knowledge instantly culminates into Prema without the practice of sadhana. Wow. He's explaining in this, the Sri Krishna consciousness, and why his name is Sri Krishna Chaitanya. And he says that although different acharyas taught about Sri Krishna, that knowledge can only culminate into Prema through the practice of bhajan. So it's very interesting how he says that. Who is Sri Krishna? And the teachers have tried to explain who is Sri Krishna. And unless there is a feeling to that, it cannot be experienced. And he speaks about how knowledge can culminate into Prema, how something that we have heard, something that we have read, how it can be felt, how it can come into love feelings, into a state of being. In former times, we have said how Gyan can come into Vigyan, but now we would say how something that I have learned will become my feeling, will become my being, my existence, my service, my one and all. And he says, by seeing Mahaprabhu, that knowledge instantly culminates into Prema without the practice of sadhana. That goes for everyone who sees him. And therefore he is called Deva, because in his body, the aura, the luster of Sri Radha's Divya Kanti, her light resides. So here again we hear that Srimati Radhika is the light of Krishna, and in Chaitanya, she is his emanation, his golden light that comes out of him. She resides in him. The whole body is Srimati Radhika's Divya Kanta, or Kanti, like the Jyoti or the light. And we know also Divya Gyan, we have heard this word, is a transcendental Divya. So Divya Kanti is also transcendental light of Srimati Radhika's love. So when we talk about Sri Krishna, maybe we can realize or not. Maybe we have the power to do sadhana or bhajan or not. But by simply seeing Mahaprabhu, by just seeing, and this seeing, I think, personally, is not limited to personally see him. It is also seeing through the eyes of Sri Guru, through the eyes of those who have seen them. So by seeing and by receiving Mahaprabhu's mercy through Nityananda, that knowledge instantly culminates into Prema without the practice of sadhana. I mean, that doesn't mean I don't have to do sadhana. It's not that I should become lazy now and say, oh, it will all happen automatically. But I think that hint that Baba is giving here in his purport is a possibility. It's a very great hope that by the mercy of Sri Guru, of our teachers who have seen Mahaprabhu, because they are hearing about his or her glories all the time, because it's Sri Krishna, about Radha's and Krishna's glories all the time. They come into contact. And then that knowledge, which was a theory before, it culminates, it grows. It is like the flood of Delhi now. The flood is overtaking. Nobody can stop it. And it comes even to Vrindavan on the, material level, because Vrindavan is always overflooded by love. But even just if we say it geographically, that flood that Mahaprabhu gave, or is still giving through the teachers who have been connected with that Sri Krishna consciousness, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Deva, it can culminate into Prema by causeless mercy. I want to say causeless mercy, and not without the practice of sadhana, because someone might misunderstand it. Because if I have a causeless mercy, then I want to do that, what we call sadhana. I want to remember, I want to chant, I want to listen. Actually, that will be my whole existence. It doesn't mean that I will do it artificially. I have to press it. No, in every activity of my daily life, this Mahamantra, this meditation will be inside of me, and it will come out in every activity. That is the natural position of the soul, because it is so natural to us that we don't want to get rid of this addiction anymore, right? We are in our constitutional position now. And that is something that I can be fully crazy about all the time. And nobody can stop me from that, especially by the mercy of Sri Guru, also that knowledge will go deeper and deeper and deeper, and our lives will be transformed, so we can do everything what we do in that kind of consciousness. So we can also say now, from the point of Rasa Leela, that was a little bit tattva, but now from the point of Rasa, also we can say that the bodily luster of Sri Radha's light resides. You know, when Radhika takes over Krishna, what happens? Then he becomes golden, right? Because Krishna is fully immersed in her feelings, in her mood, in her Mahabhav, in her service. And sometimes it also happens that it goes the other way around. That when Srimati Radhika becomes fully absorbed in Krishna, in Mohan, she takes on his blue color. And that's when she becomes Ananga Manjari. And in that form, she's going out as Nitai, and she becomes everything for Mohan. She becomes his bed. She becomes his everything. That's when Bahiranga or Antaranga becomes Bahiranga. Means the internal potency, Srimati Radhika, is going outside to become everything in the service of Mohan. And that's when she becomes Ananga Manjari, or when she becomes also Nityananda. Because in that mood, she is going outside. She's serving all the living entities. She is serving them in Mohan to come back to their constitutional position. That is also a very interesting and deep meditation. How Srimati Radhika is so merciful that she comes in this world. She never leaves Vrindavan, just like Krishna also never leaves Vrindavan. But together they come in this Navadvip Leela to call all the souls back into their eternal positions as servants, as manjaris. And Baba says, in the Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, there is a simultaneous dual worship of both Sriman Mahaprabhu and his associates in Navadvip, and of Shri Shri Radha Madhava and their Sakhis in Braj. In the end of Srila Kavi Kanapura, Shri Chaitanya Chandrodaya Nataka, Sriman Mahaprabhu personally blessed Advaita Prabhu, saying, "O Acharya, I'm always absorbed in my blissful, luscious pastimes, residing in Vrindavan, and I will give you all spiritual bodies suitable for joining me, according to your own taste, in these Vrindavan pastimes. That one remaining great duty I will swiftly perform." I remember also one very nice incident in that connection. Because Chaitanya and Advaita Acharya, they have also special relationship. Advaita Acharya is always the elder, and Mahaprabhu was always so much, bowing down, and he was always very, very respectful to him. And we know in the Indian culture especially, the elders are very much always respected. But Advaita Acharya, he didn't even like it so much. He was a little bit jealous of his other fellow godbrother, Jagadananda Pandit. Because Jagadananda Pandit, he was so crazy with love with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that he bring him these big bottles of oil. He always wants to massage Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu was very much in this mood of a monk, and he said, "I cannot. Sorry, it's the wrong Leela right now. You can do it as Satyabhama in Dwaraka, but now not." But they had such a sweet exchange, because sometimes Jagadananda became a little bit in man, and he would break the pot, and he will not speak with Mahaprabhu. But Mahaprabhu was not so, so close and so confidential in his dealings with Advaita Acharya. And so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he asked Advaita Acharya to speak about this non-dual truth. That was his service. But now he says to him, "I'm always absorbed in my Vrindavan pastimes, and I will give you bodies accordingly, that you also can take part in." Advaita Acharya, he's Mahavishnu, and combined form of Shiva and Mahavishnu. So he was also, blessed to be able to participate in that. And he was also eager. Otherwise, why would he be so eager to be chastised by Chaitanya? And he was so eager that he even used a very cruel means. You know that? You remember that? Once he was so, he tried to make him upset. because he had seen that Jagadananda, one of the disciples who was a little bit in this mood of being a queen of, Dwaraka in her relationship to Krishna, he had seen that he became so close and Mahaprabhu was, being upset and, like this. And he liked to also increase some feeling relationship. So he said one time to Mahaprabhu, I will preach about all is nothing, all is empty. Because he's also Sankaracharya, he can do that. And then Mahaprabhu became very angry at him. He was running behind him with a stick. You don't speak about this. You don't say that. This is not why we are here. It's not this age. That's not the right truth. And then he was so happy. He was so happy. He was, finally you are, coming closer to me. You want to beat me, but I'm happy that you are so close to me. You are chastising me. You don't make always this to me anymore. So, and then another time, I also wanted to explain what is the meaning of Advaita. And my mind can be quite, complicated. So I thought, wow, Advaita is the non-dual truth and this and that. And then Gurudev, he said to me, don't make it so complicated. Don't make it so philosophical. You just say that he used to worship God, but now he worships love. And I thought, my God, Gurudev, you were so genius. Because we know that the Panchatattva, Advaita is standing there. And also Narada Muni is standing there and they worship now Srimati Radhika. They used to worship like God, but now they are worshiping love. And I thought, oh, good, this is so perfect. Everything is said, everything is felt in that feeling. So here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says to Advaita Acharya, I will give you all bodies suitable for joining me in these Vrindavan pastimes. Mahaprabhu is the combined form of Sri Radha Krishna. In the form of Radha Krishna, he is always absorbed in sweet pastimes in Sri Vrindavan. And in his Navadvip pastimes, he is bestowing the relish of the sweet taste in Brajas Nikunjas to his associates in their mentally conceived forms of Radha's maidservant. This is Sriman Mahaprabhu's final duty. So this is a quote by Sri Chaitanya Chandrodaya. And that's a blessing to Advaita Prabhu. Because he wanted to also be very much close to Chaitanya. Because, isn't it natural also? These are all high personalities. Mahavishnu and Shiva and Narada Muni and Brahma, all of them. But they now feel the sweetness of Srimati Radhika in that form, in Chaitanya. They feel the sweetness of this high ecstasy, like, the dancing and the singing, and they get this vibration. They all want to forget about themselves. They all want to forget about their Vaikuntha mood and their Aishvaya Bhav. They all need to have this sweetness of Mahaprabhu. They are also addicted. And even they let Mahaprabhu beat them if they only get this drop of sweetness. And then Advaita Acharya says, by your wish, we may attain whatever you want in any other abode or body. We will eternally remember our origin in your wonderful pastimes. He is so mad. This Advaita Acharya also became so mad. You give us what you want. We just want to remember that, to be with you and in these loving leelas. We are fully satisfied with just being your servants and to be touched by that wonderful prema that is going through every pore in your body. All desires are fulfilled. And Narottam Das Thakur says in one of his songs, when all desires are fulfilled, thirst is quenched. Here we will meet Chaitanya and there Radha and Krishna. So again, we have this beautiful connection. We are here now in this universe where Chaitanya is present with his full mercy, and Nityananda but they're full, Kripa Kori. They give all this, they give all this mercy. They give it freely. And then only by this, hearing this from our dear brothers and sisters and Gurudev and all acharyas, and feeling it, because we are now hearing, and this is like we are hearing, seeing through the ears. Hearing means seeing through the ears. Because how we can see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? We feel by hearing. And then all thirst is quenched. Why? Because we are now realizing there are no others than Sri Radhika and her beloved together. And in that oneness, they are relishing. They are relishing all their leelas in Chaitanya. And they are always exchanging their love in all different ways. And to meditate on this, that are the confidential reasons of the appearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And to meditate on this is also how we can enter and how we can see Chaitanya. And then we see Radha and Mohan, Radha and Krishna. We see them in him, or Srimati Radhika, or the Manjari's mercy that has been given to us to serve, like Krishna wants to serve Srimati Radhika. All that is in there. It's all combined and it's eternally going on. And that is the special mercy that we have. It's not so far away. It depends only on my consciousness, how closely I can connect, I want to connect. If I am a religious-minded person, then it will be my altar, and it will be my duties, and it will be my rounds. And it will be my relationship to my Gurudev, and I will do everything so properly and as good as I can. But if I am coming close to being spiritualized, then it's 24/7, like Gurudev always says, 24/7. None of my activities are separate from my feelings as being a dasi or aspiring to be the disciple of my Gurudev who has these high aspirations for me, who wants to give this to me, who wants to connect me on the highest level. Not only being a happy person here, that is also a byproduct. But these are not the confidential reasons. The confidential reasons is to feel it and to become addicted to these feelings, and in every moment try to connect and try to feel and see it and listen and hear and see with the ears. And then also Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, I am only one gardener. Where shall I go? How many fruits can I distribute alone? It will be too tiring to do it alone. Some will get it and some will not get it, and thus the mind remains confused. Thus I order everyone, give the fruits of Prema to everyone you meet. In this way, this wonderfully magnanimous, wish-yielding tree of Prema, and the donor, the giver of the fruits of Prema, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, gave Raja's sweet amorous love, or Manjari Bhav Prema, in the form of service to Sri Radha to the whole world, without considering who was qualified and unqualified, and who performed sadhana or not. Therefore, those who do not worship him cannot relish the sweet love of Braj. Srila Kaviraj, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami has written, here comes another quote of Chaitanya Charitamrita. The glories of the sweetness of this intimate prema is wonderful. The Lord relished it himself and showed its limits. Sri Chaitanya's compassion is wonderful, and his generosity is also wonderful. O people, worship the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya in all respects, and from that you will attain the nectarian treasure of love for Krishna. So wonderful. And also this, I am only one gardener. I'm also a gardener. It's my hobby. And, if I don't have help, once in a while it gets tiring. Processes. I need help. I need your help. He wants to distribute all the fruits. That's why Gurudev also says, we need to multiply. We want to share. We don't want to just enjoy and eat these sweet cherries of, savor us. We need to share it. And then when we have these meetings and gatherings, also we feel how sweet it is to share and to, distribute the fruits. And it's not something artificial. It just happens by love. Now the devotees from Switzerland, like Javan, Radhe Radhe, Javan.
I miss your cherry and I miss your garden.
I miss your cherries also. But I see you are distributing also so much love. I gave Chavan some sweets, some raisins, and she made many, many packages from this. She's also a very good gardener. Not only Chavan has a big Japanese garden, I was astonished, but also she is also distributing the fruits in many packages. I gave her 1 package or 2, but out of them she made 100 packages. I can see.
No, your love. You are from your love and distribute.
It's beautiful.
It's so beautiful.
And that is really that generosity and this being, wanting to share. Even Gauravani, you saw that how she distribute and Braja Sundari, your beautiful mango, what is it? This chutney, peach and mango, no? How was it?
We share that. We share that.
Isn't that amazing? Could you ever think that this would be shared in Japan? Could you do it? No, you cannot do it. But here's one gardener of love. She is called Chavan. She is so eager to distribute this love. She takes this chutney, in her precious feelings of love and gratitude, and she's distributing with love in Japan, and everyone is so happy. Taste this. This was made in Germany by this beautiful, sweet couple of love. Now we are eating it here in Japan.
Yes. We enjoy so sweet the chutney. One by one chutney, one by one because more I want more I distribute so, but it's so.
Oh no, you can have only 1 spoon. Many spoons need to be taken. So sweet.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chavan, and thank you for coming. This was so nice. The whole festival is still going on. We are still in this transcendental party of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Now, Mahaprasadam is still going, all over in all different kinds of forms. So we are lucky. We are very lucky. And I am feeling so blessed when I see also, Chavan, how you are distributing every little drop of small prasadam. Really, so inspiring. No, isn't it, Gauravani? How do you feel that your chutney has come to Japan? Say something, please. It's an ecstasy, isn't it?
This is when Radharani eats something, then it's so precious in this moment when she ate it, that it even can be distributed in Japan through the mercy of Javan and other devotees from Japan.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Everybody, this is sweet, a little spicy, little inside.
Yes.
Everything. So, but you are the Brajasundari didis and the Gauravani didis. And so your love is come to this room in Japan where we are taste so sweet. So thank you so much. And the Suniti didis are so nice prasadas. We are also so how can I say, so so nectars. 1 or 2 months, but it's just nectar. And we feel, and the no border to the Japan, the Germany, or the Europe. No, we are the same place we are living. I feel that. So I'm so. And your German, the Gora Chandraji is now in Japan and is sharing. That's so beautiful. Really, really so beautiful time this weekend. Almost 20 devotees coming with the Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe Go